Imagine this. You wake up one morning and everything feels off. The world looks the same walls, the same streets, the same faces, but something has shifted. It's as if a veil has been lifted, and you're seeing reality for the first time. The routines you've built, the beliefs you've held, the life you've been living, suddenly they feel like a script written by someone else. You begin to question, who am I really? And why have I been living this way? Now imagine something even more unsettling. What if this feeling isn't new? What if, deep down, you've always known that something was wrong? That the life you've been living isn't truly yours, but a reflection of forces you can't quite name? Forces that have been shaping your thoughts, your decisions, your very reality, without your conscious awareness. This is the paradox of the subconscious mind. It is both the architect of your reality and the silent puppeteer pulling strings you didn't even know existed. It whispers to you in dreams, nudges you in moments of doubt, and colors your perceptions with biases you didn't choose. It is the unseen force behind your greatest triumphs and your most baffling failures. And yet, for most of us, it remains a mystery, a shadowy realm we rarely dare to explore. But here's the question that should haunt you. What if your subconscious is not just shaping your reality but actively distorting it? What if the life you're living is not the life you were meant to live, but a carefully constructed illusion? One designed to keep you safe, comfortable, and trapped? Consider this. Every decision you make, every belief you hold, every emotion you feel, these are not random. They are the products of a complex interplay between your conscious mind and the vast, uncharted depths of your subconscious. And while your conscious mind may believe it's in control, the truth is far more unsettling. Your subconscious is the silent partner in every thought, every action, every moment of your existence. It is the filter through which you perceive the world, the lens that shapes your reality. But here's the twist. Your subconscious is not inherently evil. It is not some malevolent force conspiring against you. No, it is far more insidious than that. It is a survival mechanism, a relic of evolution designed to protect you from harm. It stores every memory, every experience, every trauma, and uses them to create a map of the world. A map that tells you what to fear, what to desire, and what to avoid. The problem is this map is outdated. It was drawn in a different time, under different circumstances, by a version of you that no longer exists. And yet, it continues to guide your decisions, often without your conscious consent. It whispers fears that no longer serve you, clings to beliefs that no longer make sense, and perpetuates patterns that keep you stuck in cycles of self-sabotage. So, here's the great question. What if you could rewrite the map? What if you could dive into the depths of your subconscious, confront the shadows that lurk there, and reclaim control over your reality? What if the life you've been living is not your destiny but a detour you can escape, if only you dare to look within? This is not just a philosophical musing. It is a call to action. Because the truth is, your subconscious is not a prison. It is a portal. A portal to a deeper understanding of yourself, a clearer vision of your purpose, and a more authentic way of living. But to access it, you must first confront the uncomfortable truth, that much of what you believe to be real is an illusion, and much of what you fear is a projection of your own mind. So, as you sit here reading these words, ask yourself, what is my subconscious hiding from me? What truths am I afraid to face? And what would my life look like if I dared to see beyond the veil? The answers may not come easily. They may shake the foundations of everything you thought you knew. But they are waiting for you in the shadows of your mind, ready to be discovered. And this is only the beginning. To understand how your subconscious shapes your reality, you must first confront the hidden problem. Why does it operate in the shadows? Why does this powerful force, which governs so much of your life, remain hidden from your conscious awareness? The answer lies in the very nature of the subconscious itself, a realm shaped by evolution, psychology, and the weight of human history. Let's start with evolution. Your subconscious is, at its core, a survival mechanism. It was designed to keep you alive in a world filled with predators, scarcity, and danger. It doesn't care about your happiness, your fulfillment, or your dreams. It cares only about one thing: survival. And to ensure your survival, it has developed a series of shortcuts, biases, and defense mechanisms, tools that helped your ancestors navigate a harsh and unpredictable world. But here's the catch: the world has changed. The threats we face today are not lions or famine, but stress, anxiety, and the pressure to conform. Yet your subconscious hasn't caught up. It still operates as if you're living in the wilderness, scanning for danger, hoarding resources, and avoiding risks. This is why you feel anxious in social situations, why you procrastinate when faced with a challenge, and why you cling to comfort even when it stifles your growth. Your subconscious is trying to protect you, but its methods are outdated and often counterproductive. Now, let's delve deeper into the psychological roots of this problem. Carl Jung, the pioneering psychologist, described the subconscious as a shadow, a repository for all the parts of ourselves we reject, deny, or suppress. These shadows are not inherently bad. They are simply aspects of our psyche that we've deemed unacceptable. Maybe it's your anger, your vulnerability, or your desire for power. Whatever it is, your subconscious stores it away out of sight but not out of influence. Jung believed that until we confront these shadows, they will continue to shape our behavior in ways we don't understand. They will project themselves onto others, distort our perceptions, and sabotage our efforts to change. This is why you might find yourself inexplicably drawn to people who embody the traits you've suppressed, or why you react with disproportionate anger to situations that seem trivial. Your subconscious is trying to bring these shadows into the light, but it doesn't know how to do so constructively. Friedrich Nietzsche, the philosopher of the abyss, took this idea even further. He argued that much of human behavior is driven by what he called the will to power, a deep, often unconscious desire to assert control over our lives and our environment. But this will to power is not always healthy or productive. It can manifest as manipulation, aggression, or even self-destruction. Nietzsche believed that until we confront this drive, we will remain slaves to our own impulses, trapped in cycles of conflict and dissatisfaction. And then there's Arthur Schopenhauer, who saw the subconscious as a source of endless striving and suffering. He believed that our desires, rooted in the subconscious, are insatiable. No matter how much we achieve, how much we acquire, we are never satisfied. This is because our desires are not truly ours. They are imposed on us by societal conditioning, cultural norms, and the expectations of others. Schopenhauer called this the wheel of Ixion, a metaphor for the endless, futile pursuit of fulfillment. But perhaps the most unsettling insight comes from Jean-Paul Sartre, who famously declared, "We are condemned to be free." Sartre believed that the subconscious is not just a repository of hidden desires, but a reflection of our existential freedom, and our fear of it. We are free to choose our path, to define our meaning, but this freedom is terrifying. It forces us to confront the uncertainty of existence, the weight of responsibility, and the inevitability of death. And so, we retreat into the safety of the subconscious, allowing it to dictate our choices and shape our reality. These thinkers, Jung, Nietzsche, Schopenhauer, Sartre, all point to the same truth. Your subconscious is not just a passive observer of your life. It is an active participant, shaping your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions in ways you don't fully understand. It is the product of evolution, psychology, and philosophy, a force as ancient as humanity itself. But here's the question that should keep you awake at night. If your subconscious is so powerful, why does it remain hidden? Why don't we have direct access to this part of ourselves? The answer lies in the very nature of consciousness. Your conscious mind can only handle so much information at once. It is like the tip of an iceberg, while your subconscious is the vast, submerged mass beneath the surface. To function in the world, you need a filter, a way to prioritize what's important and ignore what's not. Your subconscious is that filter. But this filter comes at a cost. It distorts your perception of reality, magnifying some things and minimizing others. It creates blind spots, areas of your life where you're completely unaware of the forces at play. And it perpetuates patterns, habits, beliefs, and behaviors that keep you stuck in cycles of self-sabotage. This is the hidden problem. Your subconscious is both a protector and a prison. It keeps you safe, but it also keeps you small. It shields you from harm, but it also shields you from growth. And until you confront this paradox, you will remain a prisoner of your own mind. But there is hope, because the subconscious is not a fixed entity. It is malleable, adaptable, and open to change. And the key to unlocking its power lies in understanding its roots, in exploring the psychological and philosophical forces that have shaped it. So, as you reflect on these ideas, ask yourself, what is my subconscious protecting me from? What shadows am I afraid to confront? And what would it take to rewrite the map of my reality? The answers may not come easily. They may require you to confront truths you've spent a lifetime avoiding. but they are waiting for you in the depths of your mind, ready to be discovered. If the subconscious is the silent architect of your reality, then its consequences are the invisible walls of the prison you've built for yourself. These walls are not made of stone or steel. They are made of thoughts, beliefs, and patterns so deeply ingrained that you no longer notice them. But just because you can't see them doesn't mean they aren't there. In fact, they are everywhere, shaping every aspect of your life in ways you can't begin to imagine. Let's start with your relationships. Have you ever wondered why you keep attracting the same type of person, even when you swear you're looking for someone different? Or why you react the same way in arguments, even when you promise yourself you'll do better next time? This is your subconscious at work. It is replaying old scripts, projecting unresolved wounds, and perpetuating cycles of behavior that keep you stuck in the same dynamics. For example, if you grew up with a critical parent, your subconscious may have internalized the belief that you're not good enough. As an adult, you might find yourself drawn to partners who reinforce this belief, not because you enjoy being criticized, but because it feels familiar. Your subconscious is trying to resolve the unresolved, to heal the wound by recreating the conditions that caused it. But instead of healing, you end up trapped in a cycle of pain and frustration. Now consider your career. Have you ever felt like you're not living up to your potential, even when you're working hard? Or like you're stuck in a job that doesn't fulfill you, but you can't seem to make a change? This too is your subconscious at work. It is governed by beliefs about what you're capable of, what you deserve, and what's possible for you. If you were told as a child that you're not smart enough or talented enough, those beliefs may still be running the show, sabotaging your efforts to achieve your goals. And then there's your sense of self. Have you ever felt like you're wearing a mask, pretending to be someone you're not? Or like you're living a life that doesn't truly belong to you? This is perhaps the most insidious consequence of the subconscious. It can create a false self, a version of you that's designed to please others, to fit in, to avoid rejection. But this false self comes at a cost. It stifles your authenticity, suppresses your true desires, and leaves you feeling disconnected from your own life. But the consequences don't stop at the individual level. They extend to society as a whole. Think about the cultural norms, the social hierarchies, the collective beliefs that shape our world. These, too, are products of the subconscious, not just yours but everyone's. They are the result of millions of individual minds, each operating under the influence of their own hidden forces. For example, consider the way we consume. Why do we buy things we don't need, chase status symbols that don't fulfill us, and measure our worth by our possessions? This is not just a personal failing, it's a societal one. It's the result of a subconscious that's been conditioned to equate material wealth with happiness, to seek external validation, and to fear scarcity. And it's perpetuated by systems, advertising, media, capitalism, that exploit these subconscious drives for profit. Or consider the way we relate to power. Why do we tolerate inequality, injustice, and oppression? Why do we follow leaders who don't have our best interests at heart? This, too, is a product of the subconscious. It's rooted in our fear of authority, our desire for security, and our tendency to conform. And it's reinforced by narratives, political, religious, cultural, that keep us in line by appealing to our deepest fears and desires. The point is, the subconscious is not just a personal issue, it's a collective one. It shapes not only our individual lives but the world we live in. And until we confront it, we will remain trapped in cycles of dysfunction, both as individuals and as a society. But here's the most unsettling part. The subconscious doesn't just shape your reality, it distorts it. It creates a version of reality that's filtered through your fears, your biases, your unresolved wounds. It magnifies threats, minimizes opportunities, and twists the truth to fit its narrative. And it does all of this without your conscious awareness. For example, have you ever had a moment of clarity, a moment when you saw through the illusions and realized that things weren't as they seemed? Maybe it was a relationship you thought was perfect but turned out to be toxic. Or a career you thought would bring you happiness but left you feeling empty. These moments of clarity are glimpses behind the curtain, glimpses of the reality your subconscious has been hiding from you. But these moments are rare. Most of the time, we live in a state of semi-awareness, accepting the reality our subconscious presents to us as if it were the only reality. We don't question our beliefs, our desires, our perceptions. We don't realize that what we see is not the world as it is, but the world as we've been conditioned to see it. This is the unseen consequence of the subconscious. It creates a distorted reality, a reality that feels real but isn't. And it keeps us trapped in this reality by convincing us that it's the only one that exists. But what if it's not? What if there's another reality, a truer, deeper reality, waiting to be discovered? What if the walls of your prison are not as solid as they seem, and the key to your freedom lies within your own mind? These are the questions we must confront if we are to break free from the grip of the subconscious. Because the truth is, the subconscious is not just a prison, it's also a portal. A portal to a deeper understanding of yourself, a clearer vision of your purpose, and a more authentic way of living. But to access it, you must first confront the uncomfortable truth, that much of what you believe to be real is an illusion, and much of what you fear is a projection of your own mind. So, as you reflect on these ideas, ask yourself, what is my subconscious hiding from me? What truths am I afraid to face? And what would my life look like if I dared to see beyond the veil? The answers may not come easily. They may shake the foundations of everything you thought you knew. But they are waiting for you in the shadows of your mind, ready to be discovered. #the rebellion. How to break free. The realization that your subconscious has been shaping your reality is both liberating and terrifying. Liberating because it means you are not powerless, you have the ability to rewrite the script of your life. Terrifying because it means you must confront the shadows you've spent a lifetime avoiding. But this is the essence of rebellion, the courage to challenge the status quo, to question the narratives you've been given, and to reclaim control over your own mind. So, how do you break free? How do you dismantle the invisible walls of your subconscious prison and step into a new reality? The answer lies in a radical shift in perspective, one that requires you to see yourself not as a victim of your circumstances, but as the architect of your destiny. Let's start with awareness. The first step in breaking free is to become aware of the subconscious forces at play. This means paying attention to your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors, not just in moments of crisis, but in the mundane, everyday moments of life. It means asking yourself questions like, why do I feel this way? What belief is driving this behavior? What am I avoiding by staying in this pattern? This kind of self-inquiry is not easy. It requires you to slow down, to sit with discomfort, and to resist the urge to distract yourself. But it is essential, because until you become aware of the subconscious patterns that are shaping your reality, you cannot change them. Next, you must confront your shadows. Remember, your subconscious is not just a repository of hidden desires. It is also a graveyard of unresolved wounds. These wounds, whether they stem from childhood trauma, past relationships, or societal conditioning, are the source of your fears, your insecurities, and your self-sabotaging behaviors. And until you confront them, they will continue to shape your reality. Carl Jung called this process shadow work, and it is not for the faint of heart. It requires you to face the parts of yourself you've rejected, denied, or suppressed. It means acknowledging your anger, your jealousy, your greed, not to indulge them but to understand them. Because only by understanding your shadows can you integrate them, and only by integrating them can you transcend them. But shadow work is not just about confronting your darkness. It's also about reclaiming your light. It's about rediscovering the parts of yourself you've abandoned, your creativity, your passion, your authenticity. It's about asking yourself, who was I before the world told me who to be? Once you've begun to confront your shadows, the next step is to rewrite your beliefs. Your subconscious is governed by beliefs. Beliefs about who you are, what you're capable of, and what's possible for you. And many of these beliefs are not even yours. They were imposed on you by your parents, your teachers, your culture. To rewrite these beliefs, you must first identify them. What are the stories you tell yourself about your worth, your abilities, your potential? Are they empowering or limiting? Are they true, or are they simply the result of conditioning? Once you've identified these beliefs, you can begin to challenge them. This is where cognitive behavioral techniques can be helpful. For example, if you believe you're not good enough, you can ask yourself, what evidence do I have for this belief? Is there another way to interpret this evidence? What would I say to a friend who believed this about themselves? But rewriting beliefs is not just an intellectual exercise, it's an emotional one. It requires you to feel the pain of the old belief and the possibility of the new one. It requires you to take risks, to step outside your comfort zone, and to act as if the new belief is already true. This brings us to the final step, taking action. Awareness, shadow work, and belief rewriting are all essential, but they are not enough. To truly break free from the grip of your subconscious, you must take action. Action that aligns with your new beliefs, your new identity, and your new reality. This might mean setting boundaries in your relationships, pursuing a passion you've been ignoring, or making a career change you've been avoiding. It might mean saying no to things that no longer serve you and yes to things that scare you. Whatever it is, it requires courage. The courage to step into the unknown, to trust yourself, and to create a life that reflects your true desires. But here's the thing, breaking free from your subconscious is not a one-time event, it's a lifelong process. It requires constant vigilance, constant self-inquiry, and constant growth. It means being willing to confront new shadows, rewrite new beliefs, and take new risks as you evolve. And it means being kind to yourself along the way. Because the journey of self-discovery is not a straight line, it's a spiral. You will revisit old wounds, fall back into old patterns, and face new challenges. But each time you do, you will come back stronger, wiser, and more authentic. So, as you embark on this journey of rebellion, remember this: you are not alone. You are part of a long lineage of thinkers, seekers, and rebels who have dared to confront their subconscious and rewrite their reality. From Carl Jung to Friedrich Nietzsche, from Viktor Frankl to Gabor Mate, these pioneers have shown us that the path to freedom begins within. And now it's your turn. After peeling back the layers of your subconscious, confronting your shadows, rewriting your beliefs, and taking bold action, you arrive at the ultimate truth. You are not your mind. You are not the thoughts that race through your head, the emotions that surge through your body, or the beliefs that have shaped your reality. You are the awareness behind it all, the silent observer, the eternal presence, the essence of who you truly are. This realization is not just a philosophical insight, it is a paradigm shift. It redefines how you see yourself, how you relate to the world, and how you navigate the complexities of life. It is the key to true freedom, the freedom to create your reality not from a place of fear or conditioning, but from a place of clarity, authenticity, and power. Let's unpack this. For most of your life, you've identified with your mind. You've believed that your thoughts define you, that your emotions control you, and that your beliefs are unchangeable. But this is an illusion. Your mind is a tool, a powerful tool, but a tool nonetheless. It is not who you are. Think of it this way. If you were watching a movie, you wouldn't confuse yourself with the characters on the screen. You would know that you are the viewer, the one experiencing the story. In the same way, you are not the thoughts, emotions, and beliefs that play out in your mind, you are the awareness that observes them. This distinction is crucial, because when you realize that you are not your mind, you gain the power to step back from it. You gain the ability to question your thoughts, to observe your emotions, and to choose your beliefs. You become the director of your inner world, rather than a passive participant in its drama. But this realization goes even deeper. It reveals that your subconscious is not an enemy to be conquered, but a partner to be understood. It is not a prison but a portal, a gateway to the deeper layers of your being. When you stop resisting it and start working with it, you unlock its potential as a source of creativity, intuition, and wisdom. This is why the ultimate truth is so powerful. It dissolves the illusion of separation. It shows you that your subconscious and your conscious mind are not two separate entities, but two aspects of the same whole. And it invites you to integrate them, to bring the light of awareness into the shadows of your mind, and to create a reality that reflects your highest self. But how do you live this truth? How do you embody it in your daily life? The answer lies in presence, the practice of being fully here, fully now. Presence is the bridge between your conscious mind and your subconscious. It is the space where awareness meets action, where insight meets embodiment. When you are present, you are no longer trapped in the past or anxious about the future. You are fully engaged in the moment, open to whatever arises, and free to respond with clarity and intention. Presence allows you to see through the illusions of your mind, to connect with the deeper truth of your being, and to create a reality that aligns with your highest potential. But presence is not something you achieve, it is something you cultivate. It is a practice, a daily, moment-to-moment practice of returning to the here and now. It might involve meditation, mindfulness, or simply pausing to take a deep breath. Whatever form it takes, it requires commitment, patience, and compassion. And as you cultivate presence, you begin to see the world differently. You begin to see that the reality you've been living is not fixed, but fluid, a canvas waiting to be painted, a story waiting to be written. You begin to see that you are not a victim of your circumstances, but a creator of your experience. This is the ultimate truth. You are the author of your reality. Your subconscious may have written the first draft, but you hold the pen. You have the power to edit, to revise, to rewrite. You have the power to create a life that reflects your deepest desires, your highest values, and your truest self. So, as you stand at the threshold of this new understanding, ask yourself, what kind of reality do I want to create? What kind of story do I want to tell? And what kind of person do I want to be? The answers may not come easily. They may require you to let go of old identities, to embrace uncertainty, and to step into the unknown. But they are waiting for you in the depths of your being, ready to be discovered. And when you find them, you will realize that the journey was never about escaping your subconscious, but about embracing it. It was never about breaking free from your mind, but about transcending it. And it was never about finding yourself, but about remembering who you've always been. This is the final, most powerful realization. You are not a prisoner of your reality, you are its creator. And the key to your freedom has been within you all along.